All right, man. Been a while since we done a live stream, but certain certain events have taken place or certain news has come out, and I just want to address it. I want to talk about it real quick. There's reports that Canelo Alvarez is going to be taking on Edgar Berlanga in September, and it's funny that this fight has been announced because the IBF had recently ordered Canelo Alvarez to face the number one contender, and his name was William Scull. He's an undefeated fighter. Of course, he's not known to to a lot of the boxing fans. I didn't even know who he was. Only thing I do know is he's the mandatory, and I think some people forgot that Canelo was ordered by the IBF to fight that guy, William Scull. But once again, we got these governing bodies allowing Canelo off the hook once more. The face of cherry picking, Canelo gets to swerve his mandatory and go after an opponent that is really not even qualified to be fighting for all of the world titles. Uh, it's real slick shit that the WBA moved Eddie Berlanga up the list to even be recognized or considered as a next opponent for Canelo. This is one of the most pathetic dudes in boxing, Canelo Alvarez, man. Here this guy wants to fight tune-up after tune-up, and then these guys that have been fighting their way up and been waiting in line to fight for a world title, they get overlooked. So here we are, king of cherry picking, Canelo. He gets to duck David Benavidez. WBC ordered that. He didn't honor that. No consequences. Then they order him to face, his IBF mandatory, William Scull. And he don't want to honor that. Canelo wants to do what the hell he wants to do when he wants to do it. And that's fine if Canelo wants to move like that. But the issue is he's holding on to these belts, and these fighters want to become world champions too, or at least get an opportunity to fight to become world champion, and they're not even getting those opportunities. And we have flamed the WBC for years for having favoritism towards certain fighters or certain promoters and overlooking certain contenders. So we already know what the WBC is about. But I was trying to give this IBF president, Daryl Peoples, an opportunity to prove that he's not like the rest of them. But we see he's exactly the same. Now, this is the same organization that immediately stripped Bud Crawford after he beat Errol Spence. This is the same organization that immediately stripped Alexander Usyk as soon as he beat Tyson Fury. But Canelo, because he's Canelo Alvarez and he's so popular, he gets to do whatever the hell he wants to do. And there's no backlash, there's no outcry. You got fighters in his own division, they gotta literally go to a whole another weight class because they know that the governing bodies is going to allow Canelo to do what the fuck he wants to, And this is not no hate. This is about being fair, all the way across the board with every champion. This is a guy Canelo, who was considered top pound for pound at one point, but he's not that no more, you know? And even if he was still top of the pound for pound list, he still don't deserve to get no pass, man. Canelo needs to be fighting Jake Paul, Logan Paul, or some dudes like that. You know, with all this cherry picking he been doing, I'd rather see Canelo vacate the belts and fight guys like that. Fight YouTubers, man. You know, it's getting out of hand, bro. It's getting ridiculous that these governing bodies just can't do the right thing. And they can't stop having this favoritism for this cherry picker, Canelo Alvarez, man. It's pathetic. So that was the first thing I wanted to address, man, that Canelo is not changing, man. He gonna still get his way. These governing bodies, man, is full of it. All of them. From the WBC to the WBA to the IBF. And you know what, the WBO, it seems like they've been the only one consistent with these mandos. You know, but I'm on the ropes with the WBO. They have not ordered Canelo to fight a mandatory yet, so I don't have no criticism towards them. I don't know the situation in the WBO and who's up to fight for them titles or for that world title. But this is insane, man. You know, and I'm keep the same energy with any champion in any division, man. None of them should be getting these privileges to fight freebie fights. He fought Jermell Charlo, John Ryder. Then who did he fight in his last? Just been cherry picking his ass off, man. Pathetic. The legacy of Canelo, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm not impressed. I'm just not. Also, too, man. In other reports, the word out is that Lomachenko has declined the offer to unify with Tank Davis. Mixed feelings about this particular situation. I think I'm a reserve flame for Lomachenko, even though it's a duck. I've heard mixed reviews. People talk about how, yeah, Lomachenko got personal problems going on back home. You know, he's up in age now, so it's not like he'll be fighting Tank in his prime. You know, Tank is in his prime, but Loma's not. He's older, blah, blah, blah. That whole spiel. But I'm going to tell you something. If Lomachenko don't want that smoke, okay, cool, whatever. You know, Loma had all of this courage when it was Devin Haney holding the straps. He had all this courage when it was little Georgie Kambosos, you know, holding the strap. But not Tank, though. And I think he realizes that Tank is younger, he's quicker, he's stronger, he's confident, and he's got the experience. So it would probably be a different result now than it would have been 6-7 years ago when Lomachenko did want the fight, because Loma did want that fight at one point when Tank was with Mayweather Promotions. So they both have ducked. Tank ducked Lomachenko in the past. Loma's ducking Tank now. Whatever, man. That fight's not going to happen. But insecure, unsure Shakur Stevenson, it is time for your crybaby ass to step up. See, because you've been doing all of this talking on social media, You going at all of these other people, you going at fans and saying that, you know, you want to fight certain people, and how dudes, if they see you in person, they gonna need the straps because they can't see you with the hands. Well, I want to see you throw the hands with Tank. Tough guy. Since Shakur is so tough, and you've been calling for this smoke all of this damn time, don't bitch up now. Do not bitch up now. And you know what? It would not shock me if Shakur ducked the Tank Davis smoke. It's not going to shock me because I've been getting this vibe that Shakur is capped and that he's using Tank name to build up his profile. That's my humble opinion. He's been doing that. Using Tank name to build up his profile. All the while, bitching and crying because fans criticize your performance. When you don't want to talk about you're going to beat the shit out of these opponents and you're going to do this and do that, and you don't do it. I want to see this motherfucker stop crying and bitching on social media and step your motherfucking ass up and face Tank. Because I'm going to just assume Tank is going to the next option, which is Shakur, who got the WBC belt. I'm sure Mauricio and them would love to have Tank holding that strap. With all the money that Tank is able to generate, you know, fill up these arenas. Oh, yeah, they want their percentage off Tank. And now that Tank is really about that smoke and going after these belts all of a sudden, oh, yeah. So I hope insecure Shakur has stopped crying and is on and has gotten serious. Because this is going to be the real test to see if this guy is the real deal or not. You know, get to see him in there with somebody who can punch, who got a high ring IQ, who got speed, defense, can make adjustments. And we're going to really see how good Shakur is. Because I think he's a hell of a fighter, but the level of competition that he's had in front of him, he's just been levels ahead of. He's been levels above his opponents. But I want to see how good he can look versus another elite fighter in Tank. Because I'm tired of this motherfucker talking, man. So I want to bring out this banner. I have to bring out this banner, man. Flame of shame to Daryl Peoples and the IBF. You know what I mean? For not keeping the same energy with every champion. You know? When Bud wasn't ready to fight Jaron Ennis and he had other plans, y'all stripped him. You know? When Usyk beat Tyson Fury and was willing to honor the rematch with Fury, y'all stripped Usyk. Y'all ordered Canelo to face this knockoff Nick Cannon looking ass dude, William Scull, to face y'all ordered Canelo to face this dude. Canelo decides, fuck y'all, I'm gonna fight Eddie Berlanga, and we have not heard any reports that y'all stripping this guy. Matter of fact, Before he even get in the ring, we should be hearing an announcement that Canelo has been stripped of his IBF title. If not, fuck the IBF, man. It's time for Turkey Al-Sheikh to take over this shit, because none of them is going to stay consistent. They all about the money. They are all about aligning themselves with the quote-unquote cash cows in the sport. They're not about fairness. They're not about making sure that the #1 contenders get their opportunities. You know, I think legally something should be done. It's not fair that William Scull is getting overlooked, you know, and pushed to the side for a bitch-ass Eddie Berlanga who ain't beat fucking nobody, you know? So with that much being said, man, shout out to Trav. What's up, man? Actual facts. My bro in the building. Lisa Bells. WBA trash for allowing Berlanga to be called a mandatory. Pathetic, bro. Shout out to QT up in here, man. Ryder was a WBO Mando, and McGee was supposedly a WBO Mando also. Ryder was a Mando? I don't know if that was a mandatory. I'll look it up, though. I'll look it up. You may be right, QT, but I don't know if that was a Mando. And if that was a mandatory, shout out to the WBO. That's why I said I'm a reserve flame for the WBO. Because usually they consistent with ordering their mandatories. And they will strip your ass. Now, with the situation with Canelo, I just don't know. I haven't seen them put in that situation to have to strip Canelo. So if John Ryder was the mandatory and Canelo honored that, shout out to him for that. You know, this guy picks and chooses who he wants to fight or what mandatories he want to fuck with or fight. Shout out to Iron Kong, man. Big shout out Rascal. I said IBF on some bullshit. Yeah, man, fuck the IBF, man. It's crazy, bro. The top dogs in the sport, Crawford and Usyk, you want to strip them immediately. You don't want to give them no time to honor rematch clauses and shit like that. But Canelo can do whatever the fuck he want. It's crazy, bro. Berlanga's a shit fight. Nobody want to see that shit. You know, except for the Canelo dick eaters. I guarantee you all of the Canelo dick eater channels is out here talking about this is a great matchup. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Eddie Berlanga. Great fight. Faggots. They want the percentages from Canelo. Yep. IBF let Errol and Jamel go for years. I don't know, because WBC allowed Jamal to make it for years. You said the IBF? I don't know about that one. Because I think Jamel fought, what, Rosario? No, that wasn't his Mando. That was unification, if I'm not mistaken. You may be right. Either way, IBF on some bullshit. I think Canelo paid him off. And I'm like, the thing about it is, this could be a potentially another tune-up. Yeah, the guy undefeated, but nobody know this guy William Scull like that. I don't think he can fuck with Canelo. But Canelo don't like following rules, man. He think he above the sport. And we seeing that the way that these governing bodies allow him to do what the fuck he want, he is. You know, he is getting those type of privileges to act like he run the sanctioning bodies. And he above the sport. But yet, these sanctioning bodies want to strip the fuck out of Crawford and Usyk immediately. without no second guess, no question about it. Let's get the belt off them. Let's upgrade Jerron Booth Ennis. You know, that's what they did. I'm not mad about it because I get it. If y'all order a mandatory, the champ to fight is mandatory, and he don't do it, then strip him. So I'm not mad Crawford got stripped. I'm not mad. I am a little upset about the Usyk situation because he had a rematch clause. Y'all didn't have to strip Usyk. But this shit with Canelo, man, IBF, y'all full of shit, man. Full of shit. Ryder B. Parker for the vacant WBO interim super. Oh, okay, yeah. I appreciate you leaving that comment. I forgot that was for the interim. Yeah, Ryder did beat Parker. Eddie Monster Berlanga is trash can flakes. Man, dumpster truck fire, bro. Because Canelo brings money even when he's fighting a bum. Shit is trash. Eddie Napoliqua. He Brooklyn can. Skull could probably beat Canelo. Who knows since they're not fighting? We'll never know. No money in those other cats. If WBC stripped Canelo, gave the Triple G, and WBC did not like the money they got, now they ain't doing nothing on Canelo. All they want to do is sell Puerto Rican versus Mexican, and the cameraman going to follow Berlinga's girlfriend around. So, yeah, man, this sport is turning into a joke because of these sanctioning bodies. You know, I can't 100% blame Canelo, but Canelo has the control, the power to say, no, okay, I'm going to fight my Mandos. Or he could just vacate these belts and nobody would have nothing to say about his motherfucking ass. All you got to do is vacate the belts, man. Since you don't like mandatories, vacate the belts, man. You've already been undisputed. You ain't going up to 175 and becoming undisputed. You're going to get your ass kicked up there. You ain't going down to 160. You stuck at 68, fam. You are stuck at 68. You ain't got nothing else to prove at 68. Allow these other fighters to become world champions. Get your soft ass out the way, man. Ridiculous. So yeah, man. This one is for the real boxing fans, not these casual ass fanboys. You know, y'all can miss me. Stay the fuck off the channel. I don't hear none of that shit. Cap shit about Canelo is this star. We already know what Canelo is. This is about the governing bodies staying consistent. You know? And this is about Canelo getting the fuck out the way. Since you're scared of David Benavidez and you don't want to fight that Mando, and now all of a sudden you don't want to fight William Scull for whatever reason. Bro, since you don't respect these rules in the governing bodies, vacate, man. Fight exhibitions. Fight these bullshit ass fights against these unqualified ass guys that you want to fight, man. But you will not get criticized if you're not holding up these divisions, man. Ridiculous. This man got all the belts. And the guys that's deserving of to fight for the belts, they not getting the opportunities. And Billy, they not even considering him. And he's ranked top 5 in every sanctioned body. You know? Gongora, oh no, y'all don't even want to give him a shot. Ridiculous, man. David Morrell, he had to go up with David Benavidez. Don't even want to consider him. The guys that deserve a shot, they not getting the opportunities, man. It's pathetic. Charlo Pay step aside multiple times. Yeah, man. Canelo should have been stripped. The WBC should have been stripped, and now the IBF. Canelo should have 2 belts left. The WBA and the WBO. That's it. Yeah, man. That's really all I got for this one, man. These governing bodies, man, is trash. IBF, man, hey, trash, man. I gave them respect. You know, I was giving them credit for a while because it seemed like they was being consistent. I've been giving the WBO credit because they've been consistent with ordering these mandos and stripping fighters when they don't want to honor it. But IBF, you're off that list. Y'all down there, y'all downgraded with the WBC and the WBA. Y'all down there. WBO is the only one I'm really still on the ropes with. You know, they you know, to be continued with the WBO. But IBF, trash. Get them out of here, man. Turkey on the sheet. Yeah, man. It's time, bro. Take over this shit. Get the top 200 fighters and one belt. You know, one belt. Get rid of these bitch ass sanctioned bodies, man. They been getting paid for nothing, bro. I mean, they getting paid to just allow certain fighters to do what they want, show favoritism. So at this point, man, get rid of them. You know what I mean? Enough is enough. So that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for participating for this particular live stream. You know, just a quick little rant on this weak ass organizations, man, and how they're not doing anything to improve shit. They're making it worse. This is why guys like Jake Paul can become the face of boxing. You know, they out here, what you call it? Even with the situation when I heard like a Pacquiao trying to come back and the WBC is trying to make Pacquiao the #1 contender, like get out of here, man. They just doing dumb shit at this point. Popularity contest, you know, not guys who work hard, work their way up the ranking and deserve it. They don't care about that. Canelo needs to drop belts. That's it, bro. Drop these fucking belts. Right, Lisa. I don't know why fighters even paying WBC fee. Yeah, man. These fighters need to just tell you, man, fuck paying these sanctioned bodies, man. They just paying them to stay corrupt, to come up with more fuck shit. So yeah, I don't care about none of these sanctioned bodies at this point. Flame shame to these sanctioned bodies and these bitch ass cherry picking ass champs like Canelo, man. Shit is pathetic, bro. That's all I got, man.